Francis Ngannou just did that to Jairzinho Rozenstruik in the feature fight of the main card of UFC 249, Ferguson versus Gaethje. And to be honest with you, one of the most impressive performances on the entire fucking card. I have no idea how to describe it. And this is coming from a guy in me who predicted Ngannou to win by easy first round KO. That was my prediction, and it was a lot of people's prediction. I think whatever side you predicted on in this fight, whether you picked Rozenstruik or Ngannou, the prediction was whoever lands first is going to win. Well, that kind of didn't happen because Rozenstruik did land first. He was doing good leg kicks, and at first I thought, you know what? This might not be the way I think it's going to go. They seem very patient. And then all of a sudden, Ngannou hits this switch and just goes full autism all over Rozenstruik. No regard for his defense whatsoever. Eats 2 shots on the chin while he's fucking crusading towards Rozenstruik with these looping blows just to land one of his own. He eats a check hook, then a right hand behind it from Rozenstruik, but Ngannou just keeps pummeling forward and lands the shot of his own, and when he lands that shot of his own, there will be a KO. That's just the way that it works. You know, when Ngannou lands, people go to sleep. There's not much more to it. I don't know how I'm going to be able to make this video much longer, but I'll find a way. Don't you worry about it. I'm getting them mid-roll ads. Either way, okay? Ngannou catches him first. That's just the way things go, apparently. I think Ngannou's going to be the heavyweight champion in the future. I don't see Ngannou losing for a very, very, very long time, especially when he took those shots off Rozenstruik. Those same shots KO'd Arlovski. I know Arlovski's chin is a little bit different to Ngannou, but you know what? Ngannou's got a chin. He knew he had the chin for it, and he just blitzed through Rozenstruik just to get the shot at the end of it that he needed, and completely destroyed Rozenstruik inside the first round. I predicted Ngannou to win by easy KO, and even I was shocked. I said Ngannou's going to land first, he's going to make it look easy, and he's going to KO Rozenstruik straight away in round 1. And I was shocked by it, because it just wasn't the way I expected it. I thought Rozenstruik maybe would throw a jab, and Ngannou could slip it and find the uppercut round the corner or something. I didn't know how it was going to happen. I thought maybe Ngannou was going to set some things up, and Rozenstruik was going to maybe overcommit with an overhand, and Ngannou was going to counter, and it would be all over. But Ngannou literally just said, you know what, fuck it. I'm going to KO this bum. He doesn't belong in here with me. And not to call Rozenstruik a bum, Rozenstruik is still a beast that did all of the things that he did, but he just looked like he did not belong in there with Ngannou. The look of the pair of them before the fight even started, I was like, how does Rozenstruik win? The look of them at the face-offs. I know that looks are not to be taken into consideration too much, because otherwise, you know, you can't judge fights based on that because it's about the skill level. But I looked at them and I just thought, regardless of kickboxing credentials, you can't get hit by that thing. Ngannou is that thing. I don't understand, but he does it. And he KO'd Rozenstruik in round 1, and he made it look fucking easy. And I have no idea what to say, because Ngannou's a fucking monster. But what I do know, what I want to talk about in this video, the KO was beautiful. There's not much to talk about. But Ngannou, what does he do now? And I've talked about this in my live chat during the companion. After this, we had a long time to discuss the Ngannou Rozenstruik stoppage in my live stream, in my fight companion, because there was a long gap. It happened in 20 fucking seconds. It was just crazy. But either way, what does Ngannou do next? That's the big thing, because Stipe's waiting for DC, or no, DC's waiting for Stipe, which makes no sense because DC's a challenger. He has no power in the situation whatsoever. Why are they treating it like DC is the champion and Stipe needs to fight him next? That makes no sense to me whatsoever. There should be no guarantee of a trilogy, but you know what? The UFC loves DC. They have a great relationship with each other, so DC gets preferential treatment. That's just the way it works. He's getting the next title shot with Stipe, and if he doesn't, then they're going to strip Stipe, apparently, for listening to lockdown rules. I have no idea why they would ever say they would strip Stipe. It's the most stupid thing I've ever heard in my fucking life. Give him a month or so. DC made him wait a month. Looked for the Brock Lesnar fight. Couldn't get it. The only reason he took the Stipe Miocic rematch is because he didn't want to fight Ngannou and chose Stipe. He had the choice of the rematch. He didn't have to give Stipe the rematch. He had the choice. He didn't even want the Stipe rematch. He wanted Lesnar. The only reason he fought Stipe was because he couldn't get Lesnar because Lesnar said no. You know? Like, I don't understand why all this shit's been given to Stipe, but either way, Ngannou obliterates Rozenstruik. Where does he go from here? I don't know, really. He just destroyed Rozenstruik with ease. Like it was nothing. You know? I don't know where he goes. Does he get the belt? Does he wait around? That's what I wouldn't do. If I was Ngannou, I would just not wait around whatsoever. That would be the stupidest idea. People were going to forget. I know it's hard to forget Ngannou's KOs, but either way, he's not going to be the top of the range anymore, you know? I know he could wait out and definitely get the title shot, but did the UFC like guys that wait out and wait for their turn and feel entitled for a title shot? No, they don't like those guys. So in my opinion, if I was Francis Ngannou, Derek Lewis is coming off a win. And I know it's a win because it was against Ali Latifi and it might not even been a win because it was a split decision. It was a close fight. But either way, Lewis is coming off a win. Ngannou's coming off a win. I know Ngannou might not want this to happen, but I think it's time to have a bit more confidence in himself. Ngannou would obliterate Derek Lewis. Am I right or am I wrong? Ngannou would do exactly what he just did to Rozenstruik to Derek Lewis if he shows up in the same mindset. The Ngannou that showed up against Lewis was a completely different man, and now we understand it. Okay? If Ngannou goes out there and chooses to swing with Lewis, he's going to KO him. There's no question there, in my opinion. I know Derek Lewis is a good fighter. He's tough. I get it. I think Ngannou will deal with him with such ease. It's unreal, and I think that Ngannou needs to have that confidence in himself. And you know what? When they do Stipe versus DC3, and they do the co-main event of a title fight, Ngannou should be looking for the feature fight with him versus Derek Lewis to get, first of all, the loss off of his record, which would be a great thing to do while he still can, because who knows? If Ngannou gets the belt next and Derek Lewis loses one more, he's never going to be able to right that wrong. So if I'm Francis Ngannou, I'm saying no to inactivity, okay? I'm getting as much preparation as I can for the winner of Stipe DC. Probably going to be Stipe, and if it's DC, he's not fighting him because DC's going to retire if he wins and if he loses. So I'm putting as much practice in for Stipe as I can. I'm staying as active as I can. I'm going to improve as much as I can if I'm Ngannou. I know it's easy for me to say this, for me to say, hey, Ngannou, risk your title shot against Derek Lewis. I think it's a pretty reasonable risk. There's a 99% chance, in my opinion, that he would obliterate Derek Lewis in a rematch. Get that loss off your record now while you still can. Stay active. Become undeniable. And I know he's not going to want to hear this, and people aren't going to want to hear this, but the reality of the fact is, what if Stipe DC frees another war? What if DC intentionally eye-poked Stipe 10 times like he did in the rematch? And in the first fight, which wasn't 10 times, it was more like 3. But either way, what if DC keeps eye-poking him in a trilogy? Which he probably will. What if Stipe needs some more time off? That happens. What if Stipe, instead of needing time off, gets a 6-month suspension for going through a war? We might not see Ngannou until next year in the middle of the year. That, to me, is not an option. If I was Ngannou, find out when Stipe DC is happening, book a fight with Derek Lewis on that exact same card, right the wrong of your career with that terrible fight, get your title shot, risk it all for the biscuit, because you're going to get it. I guarantee you'll beat Derek Lewis. Please listen to me right now, Francis Ngannou. You would destroy Derek Lewis right now. Derek Lewis, he's been skating by a little bit against some unknown talent, and I think Derek Lewis would take that fight versus Ngannou as well, because Derek Lewis knows, hey, if he beats Ngannou, title shot, fight for the vacant belt against Blades, like if DC wins, like there's a lot of opportunity there for Lewis. He would take that fight. Ngannou, please. Don't go the route of everyone else. You already don't have the best relationship with Dana White. And I don't know what Dana White's going to say after this, but I tell you this. In a year's time, things change. If Curtis Blades beat Volkov, and then beats Moore, and beats someone else, and someone else, and someone else, and Ngannou hasn't fought for a year, things happen in MMA. Okay? They really do. I know Ngannou is undeniable, but just don't do nothing, because that's the worst thing you can do right now. Stay active. Stay in the gym, get better, because you're still evolving every single fucking time we see you, and your KOs just seem to get quicker and quicker out of these last 4. I just think that he should keep going and do what he does, improve his contract. He's got one fight left on his contract as far as I'm aware. From when Ngannou signed a new contract after he lost to Stipe Miocic the first time, sorry. After he lost to Stipe Miocic, he changed his contract from 40 to show, 40 to win, to 100 to show, 100 to win. He's still on that contract. Win it, renegotiate, now you're undeniable. Now the UFC can't not give you a title shot if you beat Derek Lewis, and you're at the negotiation table with your contract done. Looking for a new one. Get this, Ngannou, and it might pay off, and this might even pay off more than getting the belt for you. Beat Derek Lewis. You've already beaten Blades twice. You've now beaten Rozenstruik. You beat JDS. You beat Overeem. You've beat literally fucking everyone in the division. Become undeniable. They have to give you a title shot, and do it when you're in negotiations for a new contract. The UFC has to allow you. You have all of the power. They have to give you the title shot. And if you say you want this much, the UFC is going to give you this much. That's what I would do if I was Francis Ngannou. Gamble it all. Don't sit on the sidelines for a year, because who knows what's going to go on. Stay ready on the same card as Stipe versus DC3, and maybe I should have mentioned this earlier. Stay ready on that card, so that if anyone out of Stipe and DC's old asses don't make it to the fight, you're there ready, training in a full camp on the exact same card, ready to jump in when you can. That's what I would do if I was Francis Ngannou. And that's what he should do next, in my opinion. I know it's very easy for me to say that. For me to say, hey, Francis, risk your title shot. But I'm telling you, he would obliterate Derek Lewis. We all kind of know it. And I think it would pay off in the long run. Free contract. Completely off his last contract. Looking to renegotiate. Completely undeniable. The UFC can't say no unless they want to just completely ruin their own company. He's going to get paid a shit ton if he fights one more time. And becomes a free agent. He has to get a title shot. I think Ngannou could win big. Very big. And earn himself a little bit of an Overeem contract. 800,000 to show. Compared to what he's earning now. Which is slowly increasing on a 150,000 for 150,000. Like, he could do way better than he is right now. And before he even gets the belt. So when he does get the belt. Ngannou could win at life. And I think he could do that if he beats Derek Lewis next. On the same card of Stipe versus DC3. Stay active. Don't do nothing. Please. Like and subscribe. He deserves it. He deserves a title shot by all means. But we know how the sports work. We know how it works. Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Ngannou obliterates Rozenstruik. Click that button there. See you later. Goodbye.